The messages began arriving early, as the regulars went streaming out into the breaking dawn, announcing that this day would mark a last in Brooklyn. The version we knew anyway. "Come," they all said, "to Freddy's tonight. Come to say goodbye." There was their reason, nothing left for them to do. These homies had tried it all, fought the good fight, employed means ranging from sane and democratic to borderline domestic terrorism. They petitioned, they rallied, they deployed celebrities, enlisted politicians. They chained themselves to brass bar rails for days at a time, strapped themselves to bulldozers. A few tried to gunk up the gears in a cement mixer. Others had sent the developers threats. Some, it was said, the spiritual among them, had gone days without food or drink. People on the outside thought it was a little daft. So much hubbub over a bar. But we, on the inside, knew it was so much more than that. Even those of us who barely went to Freddy's in the first place. It was about who gets to decide something is valuable and something else worthless. It was as much about how the shots get called as it was about the shots themselves. Everybody in Brooklyn, our kind of Brooklyn, believed in a fair fucking fight. But this, we all knew, had been dirty pool. It was because one day it's Freddy's, some other guy's watering hole, and the next day it could be yours, or your house, or your block, or the neighborhood you'd always called home, taken without one word of your say in the matter. Because suddenly, what you had, what you cherished and loved that had been shat on and forgotten by everybody, well, suddenly it has value. It is deemed nice, and apparently it was decreed by those unknown kings appointed to discern such things that we didn't deserve nice things. So the crazies at Freddy's had done everything they could, everything we'd all been told we should do in the face of injustice, in the face of bullying and bullshit corruption. And when all that crap failed, when every idealistic, transparent channel failed, when everyone involved finally had to admit defeat, well, they decided to say, "Fuck you," in the best way they knew how, by having one last all-night rager. And man, did I respect that. So, even though I didn't party like I used to, and the crew I once rolled with had moved on or been driven out of the neighborhood by the recession, I wanted to go. I hadn't been inside that bar in 3 years, not since the spring of '07, when I wandered in tipsy with La Garza and stumbled out hours later even tipsier. But I felt the need to be there. Maybe, if I'm being honest, crazy as it sounds, I half expected to see her, because I couldn't imagine them knocking down a place like Freddy's, an institution really, and her not coming out to pay her respects.
Thank you for listening to this clip provided to you by Macmillan Audio. To hear more, look for this title wherever audiobooks are sold.